What's up, guys? It's Phenomenal J, YouTuber's miscellaneous YouTuber. This video is the first of my thumbnail school tutorial series, and for this first episode it's just going to be a quick tutorial on thumbnails that have to deal with maybe a matchup where you would have maybe something on the left side of your thumbnail, something on the right side, and you would have VS for versus in the middle. So for the first part, you just see me going to Google, finding an NBA Arena background, and your background can make or break your thumbnail. So the first thing you see me do is I make sure that the background fills my canvas. Then I add a layer in the bottom right corner and I make it black. And then the main thing I want to do is fill it with black. I just want to darken the background because the background is the background. So I want to darken the background because the foreground images are going to be the brightest part of your thumbnails, and you want your foreground to pop off your background. So I'm just getting 3 pictures for the Golden State Warriors Big 3, and then after this I'm gonna move on into the Photoshop placement of how I'm gonna arrange them. I had a few other pictures early on that I already saved, like from other thumbnails, and right now I'm just rearranging it, getting the sizing right. So in order to get the sizing handles on the picture, I just press Ctrl T, and then when you're done, you press the check mark in the middle in the top of your workspace area. And right now, I'm looking for the Golden State Warriors logo, because I want to make sure I have the colors right when I do the text, and then also I want to match my font that I'm going to search for later on, so everything is in correct order. And right now I found that it was the Copperplate Regular. So what I did was, since this website, the first website I found it on, didn't give me a direct download link, I searched it on Google, found an easy download link. I installed it while I had Photoshop open. You don't have to close Photoshop. And then I had clicked it again to make sure I had it. So first thing I did, I just typed in Golden State, and you notice how it's in my background. Later, like in a few seconds, I'm just going to move it to my foreground so it's on top of everything. Right now I'm just searching through trying to find Copperplate Regular, and I think apparently I kept missing it. I really don't know how, but yeah, we're just moving along here, getting our Golden State text ready. And for this text, I want to make it white, so all I do is just select the text and then go to the color selection at the top in the middle of your workspace area. Then what you want to do is you want to click the text T while holding Control, and then you want to go to select, modify, and expand, and then you want to expand by however many pixels you want. It was a little bit too far for me, so I contract it a little bit more. So I want to expand it, but I also want to have some of the shapes from the text so it's a cleaner look. So what I did was I made a new layer, went to the paint bucket tool. If you don't see it, you can right click over the gradient tool. It's over there in the left side of your workspace. I filled that, moved it to the background of the Golden State text. Alright, right now I'm just trying to make sure I can get my backgrounds correct. So right now I had just recently clicked the T on my text while holding Control on the right side of my layers, and then gave me a selection that selected all the text. And all I did was go to select, modify, and then go to expand. And I made sure I got it to the right expansion that I want around the text because I want to have a clean look. I noticed that the Golden State text wasn't quite how I wanted, so I selected it again, and I made sure I added another thick layer of white because the white didn't stick out to me, and I want everything to pop. The white wasn't thick enough around the corners of the text and the borders, so I later on fixed that. But on for the next text, just typed in Warriors, and for this one, I used the blue off the uniforms at first, and then I had to find the logo. The colors, it was really bothering me at first, and I want everything to be exact. The yellow I was able to use from the uniform, but later on I used the Golden State Warriors logo off of Google that I looked at earlier. But Like I did before, press Control, well, hold Control and click the T right next to the text. Make a selection, go to Select, Modify, and then go to Expand. So as we're flowing along here, you can drop the color, use my paint bucket tool, and then I went ahead and fixed the color of the Warriors logo text right below Golden State. And as you can see, I held down Control, I clicked the left side of layer 4, I believe, and then I expanded by maybe a few pixels. It's really personal preference, but I like to have a slightly noticeable white border around it. So go back to my paint bucket tool after I make my new layer, of course. Fill that with white, and then next thing, just bring it back to the background of the text. When you're making thumbnails, you want to make a habit of grouping objects as opposed to stay together. Like as you can see, I have the Golden State text grouped together. So when I press Control T and I move all of those to downsize them, I don't have to click each one by holding Control and then press Control T. It makes everything easier. Plus, if you want to make it to a template, it's easy to make it to a template. If you want to come back and change something and use it for another thumbnail, it's simple, it's easy. You can just open them right up side by side and Control C, Control V into the next canvas. Makes everything simple. So for this first part, you just want to position the Warriors logo right in front of the Golden State part, and then make it slightly bigger so it looks better. This is just part 1. In part 2, we're gonna go over making the other side and make everything flow a little bit better. You will see me rearrange the big 3 so everything